Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to film my January TBR, but before I do so, I want to make a quick announcement that I have started a project for myself that is a book project that is called, and you've probably seen this before on other people's channels, but this is Finish 35 Books Before I Turn 35. Now, I turned 35 on May 6th, so I've got about 5 months to do this in, and I started actually at the end of December, so it's been a little bit, and I do have one book read already. However, the twist I put on this project is that I want it to be books from my own shelves or books I already own, hopefully physical books, but I may count some ebooks in there as well if they're ones I've previously purchased and just have sitting around and haven't read. Now, I wanted to go ahead and give you the intro to this video because I wanted you to know that this is something I will be working on, and I'll update you during my either my TBRs for every month or my wrap ups if I do a wrap up at the end of the month and let you know how I'm getting along in this project. The only book that I have finished for that project so far is A is for Alibi. This is by Sue Grafton. This is, I say an older book. This is a book from the 80s, so it's not really that old. But this is the first in a series, a female detective series. So I read this and counted this as a book for my project from my shelves because it's been sitting there for about 6 months and I needed to go ahead and read it. Now, like I said, I'll be bringing you updates on that, so just stay tuned. We'll see how far I get, but hopefully I'll have 35 books read by May 6th from my own shelves, and the goal is really to kind of maybe move some books out so I have some more space, so we'll see how that goes. Now, let's go ahead and jump into my January TBR and talk about what I am reading this month. So first and foremost, I can't hold up the book. I don't have the physical book. I just have the ebook. But that is the book for the Beauty and Her Books group project that we do every month. Well, Amanda and I get on our live show and we announce a book that, usually everybody suggests books, something they want to read. We'll pick a book and read that for that month. Now, the book we were reading for December is Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. That book is, because of the holidays, it got a little pushed back, so we'll be discussing it this Thursday on the channel. If you want to tune in, it's either on Amanda D's channel or my channel. It switches back and forth, so we never know which one it's going to be on, but it's Thursday nights around 9 o'clock. We'll be discussing that book this time and hopefully picking the book for the next month, for January, I mean. Oh, I almost said February. Dear Lord, I can't believe I almost said February. Okay, so let's jump into the physical books I have and what I'm reading and talk about those. Now, I got from the library. We'll go through the two books I have from there. I have One Day in December by Josie Silver. Silver. This is a book about a girl who goes to get on a bus in London one day and doesn't believe in love at first sight until she meets or sees this guy here across a crowded street. He's waiting at the bus stop, and she sees him, spies him, and thinks this is true love. This is my love of my life. I need to meet this guy. And she spends the next year looking for him. He does show up again about a year later when he comes to a Christmas party she and her roommate are having as her roommate's new boyfriend. So, I'm reading that book right now. It was really popular. It was Reese Witherspoon's book club pick for December. I have not finished it yet. I'm only about 25% of the way through, but I really like it so far. And I don't usually do fluffy contemporary romances, but this is just a really nice change. So I'll let you know how we do on that one, but I'm really liking it so far. I think so far it's going to be about a 3 or 4 star read, probably leaning more towards the 4-star category. Now, the other one I have from the library is this huge book, Gone with the Wind. Now, this is because of Amanda. So I have Amanda to blame for this. She said you have to either read the book or watch the movie in the next month because I've never done either. I've always wanted to, but haven't done either. I'm not familiar with, I know the setting of the story, but I'm not familiar with what occurs in either the movie or the book. So I said, I'll pick up the book and I'll start reading it. However, I made a huge mistake in that because look at how big this book is. This is gigantic. This is about 964 pages, I think. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get through, and I just started it. I'm not even through the first chapter. I have just started it, so I'm going to be starting this book right now and probably renewing it from the library for quite some time. I think that I don't even know. I don't even know how long it's going to take me to read it. But to be honest, I'm going to start this and see how far I get and keep updating you on this one as we go. The next book I have that I'm currently reading, because you know me, I currently read like 4 books at a time because I just get bored and have to change things up. So I'm reading City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Now, I have read the Infernal Devices series and absolutely loved it, but I have heard that this Mortal Instrument series is not her best series. I've heard that it's good and it has a cult status following, I know, but I wanted to give it a chance, see what I thought of it personally. Since I love the Infernal Devices, I thought this would be a good series to start and try and see where I get on here. Again, I'll keep you updated on it, tell you how that goes. And finally, for what I'm currently reading, I am on the Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the second book in the Hunting Jack the Ripper series. And this follows Audrey, Rose, and Thomas as they discover some gruesome murders that look like they may have been committed by Dracula or a vampire of some sort. And they need to prove that vampires don't exist and who could possibly be committing these heinous crimes. Other books I'd like to get to this month. I've been dying to get to this one for a long time, and their second book just came out, so I really need to get this one read. But that is The Wife Between Us. This is by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. This is about, basically it says, let me just see here. When you read this book, you will make many assumptions. You will assume you are reading about a jealous ex-wife. You will assume she is obsessed with her replacement, a beautiful younger woman who is about to marry the man they both love. You will assume you know the anatomy of this tangled love triangle. Assume nothing. This is a thriller. I heard it is great. I got it from Book of the Month Club last January, so I'm going to read that, see what I think of it. I'm going to try to fit this in this month. If not, this will definitely be on February's TBR. I also wanted to try and participate in Lala's buzzwordathon that is happening this month. I believe it's from the 14th through the 20th. Don't quote me on that, double check, but I'm pretty sure those are the dates. And her buzzword this time is lies. Now, I do have the book, Sometimes I Lie, that I'm currently reading for the Beauty in Her Books, or Beauty in the Books panning, oh my lord, you can see where my head is. Beauty in the Books project, but that will be over before we get to the buzzwordathon. So I picked up 2 books to try and fit in that week that have the word lies in them. The first one I have is by Camilla Way, and that is The Lies We Told. Not really sure what this book is, other than it's a thriller, like psychological thriller, supposed to be really good, fast-paced, kind of, right up my alley type book. And then I also wanted to do another thriller by Peter Swanson, and that is All the Beautiful Lies. This book I also heard is a thriller. I love Peter Swanson's writing. I have read a book from him before and thoroughly enjoyed it. That was The Kind Worth Killing. That was a great book, so I'm hoping I'll enjoy this one too and get those 2 books done in the week, which I think is something I can do, but we'll see. We'll see. You know how I overload myself every month. And finally, I'm in a reading group, a book club on Facebook, and they are trying to, or I shouldn't say they're trying to, I'm trying to fit in the read for this month that they have, which is going to be Circe by Madeline Miller. This book I actually started reading a little while ago. I got it from the library and started reading, but had to return it before I got even halfway through. So I need to pick this back up and read this book this month and try and participate in the book club's discussion on it, because it is a book I want to read, and if I'm not too bogged down on my TBR, I'd like to try and fit that in as well. I think those are all the books I have for my TBR right now. As you can tell, a lot of them are books from my shelves, so they will count in my 35 before 35 challenge. And I guess that's everything. If you have any questions, any comments, just leave them below. Any book recommendations, please let me know. List them down below, and I will get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a good evening, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.